Bună ziua! Bine ați revenit la limba română pas cu pas cu Laura. Hello, welcome back to Romanian language step by step with Laura. Lecția 21 astăzi, lesson 21 today. E vară, it's summer, finally. Suntem în luna iulie, it's July. Notice how Romanian don't say e iulie, it's July, but we are in July. Suntem în luna iulie. It's finally nice outside, and I thought of celebrating summer through a new lesson. Și m-am gândit să sărbătorim vara printr-o lecție nouă. Although holidays are very close to us, vacanța e aproape. Today we're going to learn some Romanian diphthongs. O să învățăm niște diphthongi românești, which means a group of two vowels which are pronounced in the same syllable. Două vocale în aceeași silabă. And also two verbs side by side, actually two verbs belonging to different conjugations. I think I mentioned the fact that in my previous videos, the fact that Romanian verbs can be grouped into four conjugations according to the endings, the ending letter or letters, and sometimes that helps in the sense that in most cases or like in half of the cases we can predict the endings for the persons if we know the conjugation. But there are exceptions, as we already know when it comes to Romanian. So, Romanian diphthongs, diphthongi românești. Oi, in words such as noi, we, voi, do you remember? You, several persons, several people. Apoi, I'm not sure we did that one. Then, and they are pronounced like the O-Y, the English ones, in the word boy. Then the diphthong I, in words such as die, to die, you give, haide, come on. And this is pronounced like the letter I in bite, for example. A, in words such as vrei, you want, lei, which has two meanings, lions, and Romanian currency in the plural. And this is pronounced as the EI in vein, for example, the vein. The next one is au. We actually have the word au. I think we learned the verb to have, and maybe you remember that it means they have. Ei, ele, au. But also the diphthong au can be found in the word dau. Eu dau, I give, or I am giving, or ei dau, they give, or they are giving. And this is pronounced like the OU in words such as mouth. Ya, we already know ya, which is translated she, hopefully. And then we have ya in, well, you notice actually we don't say ea, we say ya with a small e, Romanian e. So we have ya in words such as vrea, she wants, or mea. I think we learned the possessive adjective, mama mea, my mother. And it's pronounced a little bit like the Y, the EA in ya, YEA in ya. And finally, we have the IE, the EE, Romanian EE, pronounced in the same syllable. I hesitated because we have the same group which is not pronounced in the same syllable, but we'll learn about it a bit later. So EE, ye, as in iepure, or miere, iepure is rabbit, and miere is honey. A bit like YE in the English yes. Okay, so we have oi, I, a, au, ya, yeah. Okay, and the second part of today's lesson consists of the two verbs belonging to the two different conjugations. So for the first conjugation, conjugarante, we have a lucra. You might have mentioned it before. And the endings are in, shall we say, in, yeah, I'm just looking in light blue. So we say eu lucrez with the ending as for the first person. I work or I'm working. Tu lucrezi with the ending as. You are working one person, yeah, and for the several person, for the polite form, we say dumneavoastră lucrați if you want to be polite. So the ending would be ați, which we'll find later. El lucrează, ea lucrează, he or she works or is working. Noi lucrăm, we work or we are working. Voi lucrați, you several people, or polite dumneavoastră as we saw above, lucrați, yes, with the ending ați. You work or you are working. I think we've already noticed that the ați, or the ți in general, has the e very, very slightly pronounced. Actually, people who are learning English, who have been learning English, asked me if there is any e. Yes, there is a very, very short e there. In pronunciation as well, not only in writing. And ei lucrează or ele lucrează, they work, they are working. So this is an example, a lucra, of a verb of the first conjugation. And the first conjugation is given by the final a in a lucra. Now, verbs of the second conjugation are, in my opinion, probably the most difficult ones to learn because they are so irregular. You'll see an example. And we don't have that many. So we have quite a lot of verbs of the first conjugation, quite a lot of verbs of the third and the fourth conjugation. Not many of the second, and most of them are irregular. This doesn't mean that we don't have irregular first of the verbs of the fourth conjugation. We have a fi, which is very irregular, but anyway. So, a vedea, to see. We can see the ending, the final two letters, e, a. They make this verb to be of the second conjugation. Eu văd, I see. Then, tu vezi. You can notice the final e, that's why I used blue, light blue, because you see that for the second person, for you, yeah, singular, we have e in both examples, yeah, final e. And then, polite or formal, we say dumneavoastră vedeți. Again, we have the ți, similar for both, yeah. So we do have similar endings for the same person, but the previous letter or letters will be different function of the conjugation. Then el vede or ea vede, he or she sees. Now we have different ones, yes. So we have e for the second conjugation, for a vedea, to see, and then we have for the first one. And then noi vedem, we see, and the common ending for we would be m, yeah. But before m, before m, we have e for the second conjugation, while for the first one we have the Romanian o, yeah. Voi vedeți, yeah, you several persons, several people, yeah. Again, the ți common, or dumneavoastră vedeți, polite, yeah. And we can see that before ți we have e, yeah, in the second conjugation, while in the first conjugation verbs we have a. And finally, ei or ele văd, they see. There's nothing similar between the two conjugations, but we can notice, that's why I used green, that it's the same form for I see, or I can see, and they see, they can see. And this will happen in a number of verbs. I cannot generalize, it will just happen in a number of verbs. I'm not sure if it helps or not. I hope my lesson was useful in your endeavor to learn how to communicate in Romanian. My advice is just take verb by verb and try to practice with each person. Try to make your own sentences. For example, I don't know, I'm working today. Eu lucrez azi. Yeah. I work on a Monday. Eu lucrez luni. Yeah. I can see my mum. Eu o văd, notice o, which is extra. Eu o văd pe mama. Okay. We can see, or we see our house. Noi vedem casa noastră. Okay. So with the words that you have probably learned from the previous videos, or maybe from the materials, from the resources that I posted on my Facebook page, we can actually start building sentences. We can actually start trying to communicate in Romanian. I hope that was useful. Sper că a fost de folos. Ne vedem data viitoare. See you next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. La revedere!